Hi again, grade 9. So we're starting here a lesson on multiplying rationals. So one thing you need to know that before you even start, you can determine what the answer is, if it's positive or negative. To do so, you have to remember that a positive times a positive is positive, and a negative times a negative is also positive. So when the signs of the numbers are both the same, they're always positive. And the other way, if one's positive, one's negative, just like this situation, positive, negative, negative, positive, and you're multiplying, it's always negative, one of each. Okay, so how we do this, here's the first question. We have a rational times another rational. They're both negative, so we know that already that the answer is positive, right? So I don't have to worry about the signs anymore. I just kind of ignore them, and I'm going to write the numbers vertically to multiply them, one above the other. The number that has the most digits goes on the top. Since they both have 2 digits, it doesn't matter. So 7.8 and 5.4, and we multiply. All right, so now what we do is kind of remember what we did back in our early days in grade 5 and 6. So we are going to multiply, starting with this 4. We go 4 times 8 and 4 times 7. And we got to carry some numbers here. So 4 times 8 is 32. 2 goes there, 3 here. 4 times 7 is 28. You add the 3 you carried, so 28 and 3 is 31. First row done, and the 4 is done. Now we're going to go to the 5. 5 will multiply 8 and also 7 as well. However, before we start, we put a 0 always right here. On the second row, first place value here, we put a 0. 5 times 8 is 40. We put a 0, carry a 4. And we go 5 times 7 is 35, and you add that 4, 39. Now you add these 2 rows of numbers. That's a 2, 1 plus 0, 1. That's 12, carry a 1. And that's 4. Now we have to put a decimal into the answer. So how you do that, you look at the 2 numbers we have. This number has 1 number after the decimal, so it has 1 place value. So does this one. It has 1 number after the decimal. It has 1 place value. So you count the 2 place values. Altogether we have 2 place values. That's how many place values this number has to have. So it combines the 2, and that's the same value that the number has, the answer. So the decimal is normally here. We move it over 1, 2 to this spot here. So we have 42 decimal 1, 2, and the answer is positive. And there we go, 42 decimal 1, 2. Okay. Next example, we have 6.25 times negative 4.2. Remember, since the signs are both different, positive, negative, the answer is, we know it's going to be negative, so we just kind of ignore the signs and we put the numbers vertically. The one that has the most digits, this one goes on top. 6.25. And we line up the numbers, right? Unlike adding, we do not line up the decimals, we line up the numbers. Okay, so in this case earlier, we noticed that the decimals line up and the numbers also line up. It just works that way. But in this case, one of the numbers has more place values after the decimal, so the numbers line up but not the decimals. All right, very important. Now we do the same thing. We're going to go 2 times 5, 2 times 2, 2 times 6. So 2 times 5 is 10, drop a 0, carry a 1. 2 times 2 is 4, add 1, 5. 2 times 6, 12. There you go, first row done. Now remember, next place here we put a 0, and we're going to start here. 4 will multiply 5, 4 times 2, 4 times 6, okay, and we carry. 4 times 5 is 20, 0, carry a 2. 4 times 2 is 8, and 2 is 10. Drop a 0, carry a 1. 4 times 6 is 24, add 1, 25. And now we add these 2 numbers. So that's a 0, that's a 5, that's a 2, that is a 6, and that is a 2. So we have 26250. Now we count the place values. This number has 2 numbers after the decimal, so 2 places. This one has only 1 place. We combine the 2, we have 3 places. That's what the answer has to have. So it always starts from here. We move 3 left. 1, 2, 3. Right there, 26.250. The answer is negative. We can't remember to to put that in. And that's the answer for that one. And last couple of examples here. So we have negative 8.7 times positive 9.46. Again, we know the answer is negative. right? So we ignore the values of the signs here. Now we look at the numbers. This one has more place values, goes on top, 9.46 and 8.7. Line the numbers up, not the decimals. Now we go 7 times 6, 7 times 4, 7 times 9. 7 times 6, 42, drop 4, carry I'll use blue instead. So drop 2, carry 4. 7 times 4 is 28, add the 4, 32, carry a 3. 7 times 9, 63, add 3 is 66. So we have 6, 6, 2, 2. Put a 0 there. Now we're going to go 8 times 6, 8 times 4, 8 times 9. 8 times 6 is 48, drop out an 8, carry another 4. 8 times 4 is 32, add the 4, 36. 8 times 9 is 72, add a 3, 75. And that's all. We add these up. That's a 2, 10, carry a 1. This looks like 13, carry a 1, 12, carry a 1, 8. 82302 with 1, 2, 3 place values. So we move it over 1, 2, 3. So the answer has 3 place values and it is negative. And there's the answer for that one. And last question. We have 1.23, 3.57. This is positive, so is that, even though it's not written, so we know the answer is positive. So the number that has more digits goes on top. They're both equal, so it doesn't matter. So we'll put the first one here, 1.23 and 3.57. We times them. So now we go 7 times 3 is 21, 1, carry a 2. 7 times 2 is 14, add 2, 16, carry a 1. 7 times 1, add 1 is 8. Put a 0 here. Now we're going to go 5 times 3, 5 times 2, 5 times 1. 5 times 3 is 15, carry a 1. 5 times 2 is 10, add a 1, 11, carry a 1. 5 times 1 is 5, add a 1 is 6. So the second row is done. Now we have a third row because we have this number. 3 has to multiply 3, 2, and 1. Now when we get to the third number, we add a 0 here and also a 0 here. And so we're going to go 3 times 3, 9. This is where you place it. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 1 is 3. Now, we add up all of these numbers. 1, 6 and 5 is 11. Carry a 1. 9, 10, 19. Carry a 1. This is 13. So it's 4, 3, 9, 1, 1. This has 2 and 2, 4 place values. 1, 2, 3, 4. Goes right there, 4.3911. It is positive, and that is our answer. And that is how you multiply fractions. A little quick, but it kind of gives you an idea of what we're doing. All right, hope that helps.